It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Okay, today is March 8th, 2021, and it's 3:47 a.m. So today, what I'm gonna do is that I made some notes regarding the interview while I was watching it. I have a notepad in my hand, literally a paper and pen. That's how I took my note while I was watching. And I'm gonna do my own review based on my notes, and hopefully I remember what I was thinking based on my notes. And afterward, I'm gonna go on Twitter and see what they were talking about. Maybe more things will come, because last night when I was watching the thing, people were quoting word by word. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even remember all the words at once. So Twitter might have more things for me. Omid, Kobe, Myra, these two were doing a lot of quoting. So maybe I will remember more stuff. Okay? And I see some of my comments already. Someone listed some of the things. Yes, we already know Harry's gonna have a girl. Meghan and Harry are gonna have a girl. So, but anyway, let me go on my notes and see what if I could remember. I'm gonna read the note and then I'll elaborate a little bit more. The first thing that I said, I don't know if I'm gonna put this in the thing, but for some reason I was thinking about that. All right. The second thing that I wrote here, waiting for husband to share the news. Okay. So, that's regarding the baby when Oprah asked her if she wants to tell her what she's having. And I thought that was very nice of her to say, no, I'll wait for my husband or Harry or something, she said, they will share the news together. So I thought that was respectable. So they could have the same kind of, to share the thing at the same time, right? Third, not being paid for the interview. Again, I mean, we knew about that. I think when on Twitter, some people were saying, in the US, people don't pay to get interviews and stuff like that. So pretty much the interview was her side of the story. And I felt like I think from the beginning, when I knew that was going to happen, I mean, everything that I've said, I think that's what happened. Okay? I mean, we knew how the interview was gonna go. That's what really happened. Pretty much, Oprah mentioned some of the headlines, and she explained what was going on, like about the Kate make Meghan cry, and it was completely opposite, and that's why all the fuss was about. One of the reason, because it was the firm that was doing that. It's not the family, okay? After this interview, I truly believe there's two things: the firm and the family. The firm pretty much is the man in gray suit who's running the thing, and the family is when Harry called grandma and all of this. All right, and like I said, they pretty much make the family, some of the family, like the queen, look good. All right, and even Kate, Meghan made Kate look pretty good in that thing. When came back and apologized, bring flowers, and settle the score. But because the fact that the thing happened, and they went and tell the media about it, that the firm, whoever part of the firm was at the particular room, and they went and tell the media about it, and the media decided to switch the story, and nobody at the firm went to the media and said, no, this is not the way the thing go. And I don't think it's Kate's fault for some reason. The way I see things is running, I don't think it's Kate's fault with that particular headline. Okay, it's men in gray suit who have access to the media and stuff like that. So I don't think it's Kate's fault. So I'm gonna give her credit here, because the way I see things going, it's not Kate's fault. And if Kate were to go to the media and stuff like that, I don't know. I just don't see it to reverse that about the Kate make what is it? Made somebody cry, whatever the headline was. And one part that I was talking about Kate is that I don't know how this might sound. It as strange as it may seem, I don't know why, but even though Kate could have speak up regarding the situation, but Meghan made Kate cry and stuff like that. But for some reason, I'm feeling like, when it comes to certain things, especially if it's to make Kate look good, they hold people back from doing that. I don't know. This is what I'm getting. I may not, obviously, I'm talking hypothetical speaking, but for some reason, I'm giving, a pass on Kate on this. There's other thing I'm blaming Kate on, but this one, for some reason, I'm giving her a pass, because the fact that Meghan, said it with her own word, that Kate came and apologized and gave her flower and all of this. So I'm going to take it as face value. But when it comes to, at least, I know many of us will say, how come she didn't set the record straight? And why did they let the thing go run on the paper and stuff like that? This is where I think the men in gray suit held her back. Okay, just remember, look at the situation that Meghan is in. I won't be surprised Kate is in that position as well too, even though she's waiting to be the queen or something like that. But I think there's some opposition to all of that too. She has to be careful. But if you think about it, if she leave the institution right now, the kind of hardworking kind of thing Meghan has, she doesn't have. So she has to follow the line, because she already, submit, they already broke her. Like I said before, even before she went to the firm, she was already broken. So she has no choice but to follow what they tell them. But when it comes with the flower and stuff like that, I'm going to give her a pass. The fact that Meghan says, with her own word, that she apologized, I'm going to take it as face value. But I think the firm held Kate back from making a statement. And I don't think it's her. I'm going to leave it as that. Okay? All right, the other thing, not being for the interview, I said that using friends' house. Okay, the interview was being, from my understanding, I think it was from a friend's house, not their house, for some reason. Okay, the wedding. Okay, slept throughout the night, despite what we know what happened between her father. Okay, so when she said she slept through the night, before the wedding, I was like, wow. With all the fuss that we now know, where they're trying to reach her father and all the text messages and all of that, and she slept very well. I was like, wow, with what we know now, I'm surprised she slept throughout the night. And as a matter of fact, we now know they had already married before that big wedding. Like I said, I don't know where I said, if it's in my comment section or if it's responding on Twitter or if I said it on a video, because someone said something about what about the wedding? They cost so much money and all of this. And I was like, why are they blaming Meghan for that? But just remember, Harry is the son of a prince. What did they expect? This is for him. And long and behold, not even knowing there was a wedding before that, Meghan and Harry got married before the big day that we know, or the televised thing. So pretty much this was done for the country. That big wedding was done for the country, not for them. I think they were fine with the way they did their small little wedding. Okay? So I thought that came to mind when I heard she said that. Okay? The wedding, okay, slept through the night. We know what happened with her father. And also, with all of the fuss that went on between her father and all of this, I don't know why I feel that. I feel like it's Charles all making, okay, to stop the wedding. Looking how he behaving now, okay, not even talking to Harry, not receiving his phone call, okay, all of the things that happened. I think it's Charles who made sure he didn't get money to do certain things. All right, and then long and behold, through her grave, Diana was the one who's still helping her son, okay, for security. Because from what I understand, is Harry used his mother's money that was left for him for security. All right, and our prayer is working for them, because that those deals that they made. I mean, our prayers, because they would have been stuck. And I think in one of my videos, I even said, even if it was in a small house, I think they would have been just fine. But unfortunately, the level of their popularity and who Harry is, they will mock him for it. If they were to live, let's say, in a condo or an apartment or something like that, they will mock him. But God is good. Because look at the mega deal that they made. They were able to buy that house. And I think it's after they made the deal with Netflix. And I think it's after that they bought the house. Okay? Let's give Tyler Perry a big amen here for giving them the house. And Meghan is a low maintenance person that, and I think Harry's a low maintenance person too. Oh my God, so many things is coming here in my mind as I'm talking about it. Because with things that I've seen and things that they said now, I could understand. Because, my goodness. Alright, the first thing was the money. They managed the money in a way that, because of Meghan's low maintenance, they were able to do some of the things that they do. Even if they were to buy a condo and stay there, I think it would be just fine between both of them as the family. Okay, I think it will be fine. But the people in England would have made fun of them, because knowing, the huge castle and all of this that they come from, and then they go to a small place like that, let's say if they were to buy a condo. But God is greater, and Princess Diana is working her magic. Okay, whatever magic she is doing over there, it's working. Where she's like, nope, my son is not going to live in a condo or apartment or something like that. We're going to make them have a big, huge mega deal where they could afford a huge house and stuff like that, and make those people regret what they did. And then the Netflix deal came, and then they were able to buy that house. The other thing is the fact that when I said about the New Zealand thing, where they were trying to work with the royals, or with the firm, half in, half out, they choose Canada as the thing here. Like I said, they will have to be in a Commonwealth country, not even knowing. That was the plan. I said, if the thing were to happen, they will have to live in a Commonwealth country. And I think I named Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. And I think these were some of the places that I mentioned. And they did mention it. Okay? They mentioned it too. But because they said no to them, and again, God is working great. They told them no. All these were going behind the scene. They told them no, there's no half in, half out. Guess what? Now the borders were gonna close. Luckily, they know the answer before they could make any move. Even if they had to live at Dovia's house, they probably will have to stay indoors all the time, not showing their face outside. Okay? They will have to stay at Dovia's house for the time being. Okay? So they had to leave Canada and then move to the US. Okay? But God is good. The Tyler Perry came along and gave them the house and said, nope, you're gonna live right there in my mansion and stuff like. I mean, I don't know what was said, but that was the step that happened. God is good for them to know the answer that they needed before they could make their next steps, because the palace was holding back information little step at a time, and throughout all of that is to discourage Harry. All this, pushback, all of this nonsense is to discourage Harry to stop seeing with Meghan. But he made up his mind. So as he's moving forward, he's waiting to get the answer. And then thank God they gave them the answer at the right time. And then they make their next move and move to the US before the border was closed due to the pandemic. All right. That's that. And then share info with Harry, what she needed to know. Why did I write this? She shared info with... Okay. I think that had to do with... when she was going through some hard time by herself and that suicidal thought and all of this. And I think it's the same thing that Princess Diana was going through. When you look back on some of my videos where I said Princess Diana was going through those women meeting and all of this, I thought of that when Meghan said she was thinking of suicidal thought. And that event when she was pregnant, she accompanied Harry. She wasn't supposed to be there, but she's like, look, if I stay here by myself, I don't think it's gonna end well. Can you imagine that? All this, okay? All this. And Harry was like, you coming along with me? They went together and stuff like that. And I said, the reason why they hold hands together so much like this, I said it in other video, not even knowing. She had those, we knew she was going through some hard time, but I didn't know it was that deep, where she was at the brink of, taking her own life. Is that when they hold hands, is to confirm to each other they are here together. They're backing each other up. I told you guys that was the reason. But it was hypothetical speaking. But now that they say it, it's confirmed to me that this was exactly why they were doing that. Okay? So when, my goodness, so much. And I'm sure I'll say more as I see more tweets later on. Okay, courtship, they share what needed to be shared. The foundation was set. Again, you see, like I said in many of my videos, where when they were dating, they pretty much set their foundation. They've said it in other videos, like their engagement thing and stuff like that. Their foundation was already set. They knew where they were gonna go together if they were to marry and all of that. So that, again, just a confirmation of some of the things that I said. Okay, I said style of interview, conversation style. I said... So this was like pretty much to confirm some of the things that I said. I will not want to do an interview with either of them or any of them interviewing me, because the style of the conversation could easily, it depends on how much you want to say, because she still held some information back. She didn't give any name, okay? But the style of conversation, the interview was, there's a lot that could easily be said if you don't think before you speak. But lucky for her, she thought before she speak. She didn't say certain names to damage the firm. All right. And again, I think both of them pretty much speak positively of the Queen, and all the fuss, the headlines threaten her left and right. It's all the British press. They were the mouthpiece for Charles. I think they were doing all of this because of Charles, because Charles know what he did. And long and behold, we know that he's not picking up the phone when Harry called. So nothing that he did worked. Harry had already made up his mind. and whoever who was in the firm that was with them, who was spilling, okay, who was spilling the tea to the British press, okay, that was going, oh, she said this, I'm gonna be in trouble, and this and that. But she still didn't name any name. Only Harry names, the father's not picking up his phone call. I mean, this is a shame. I mean, even I think I came across some tweets where some people said, even in what is it, oh, like in death, Diana's helping her son, and in the real world, the father is still being an ass, pretty much, something like that. All right, style of conversation, courtesy for the queen, and the thing is that this is the respect that Harry has for the queen, where, when they were gonna meet the queen, it looked like, I don't know, maybe a spontaneous kind of thing. You would think behind the scene, not in front of everybody, people just talk to the queen, blah blah blah. But no, even the kids still have to courtesy to her. So Harry taught her how to do it, and she did it so good. She went way down from what I've heard. She learned at the moment, on the spot, and things like that. So they show, I think they speak highly of the queen. Okay, and I think the queen is in a good space, and they're still talking to the queen. It seems like they even Meghan sometimes called the queen if she needed to. All right, but I don't think the queen is running the firm. I know some of the things that I'm saying might sound confusing when I say about the queen and then the firm, and then when the queen is the head of the firm, it may sound confusing to some of you as I'm speaking, but in my mind, I don't know why, I feel like the queen is just a figure there, but it's the man in gray suit that's running the show, that's running the firm. So when you see me talking about the queen and then the firm and back and forth, because in my mind I'm thinking it's two separate entities, even though through the world we should know that the queen is the head of state and things like that, but I think it's the man in gray suit that's running the show. Okay, that's what I think. And they pretty much, anything evil that needs to be done is the man in gray suit. Even if a family member wants to do something evil, that's where the man in gray suit is like more like wants to do this kind of thing. Anything positive, they're not up for it. Okay, courtesy, spoke positive of the queen at the beginning. Okay, work for 13 years, since she was 13 years old. And she explained all of that. Since she was 13, she was working. So it was hard for her to be in a box where, she can do some of the things that she used to do. The silent part of it, I didn't elaborate, but I put silent. She felt protected. Okay, at the beginning, she thought she would be protected, but they lied to her. After the marriage, she was not protected. Okay, so in one line, I said she was protected. That was when, I guess when they were dating, she felt like she was protected. But it's once they got married, that's where the protection was left. Pretty much, they was leaving her for the wolf to get her. I mean, these people are evil. And I think these parts is all Charles' part. Okay? Because she is one of the seniors, okay? We have Charles and William. I'm not talking about the queen. The queen is in a good hand with Harry and Meghan on that interview. So when I'm talking senior, I'm talking the two futures, okay? So I think future number one is the one that is making, telling things to the tabloid to not do certain things, okay? Because when it comes to the long and behold, luckily I came across that article where, the party and William was there and all of this. It's where they were, rubbing shoulders with the media to get positive, coverage and all of this. So I think because they were not getting, the media was not getting much information from, from the, I don't know. This thing is so ridiculous. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. Where you can be yourself Even Harry said that. It's like you just have to be yourself for the people to like you. But these people, they're freaking thinking in tactic where, oh, if I let them in, I'll get positive coverage and all of this. All you have to do is be yourself. Okay? They ruined that for the two futures. All right? I said prison. Again, the prison part, Meghan said she felt like she was in a prison. Why? They took her passport, they took her keys and everything. She was pretty much, they trapped her over there. And that made me think about Harry looking at the window as a child. He wanted out. Since he was a child, he wanted out. And my goodness, it's just sad. It's just sad. Okay, the Australian tour wanted protection. Why did I say Archie to not get security? Most important title is mom. Okay, so the Australian tour, the squad has been said from day one, is that I think they made them go to do the tour, hoping she will not do a good job, but because she's so good at being natural, it was so successful. They hated that. They wanted her to fail, but in return, God made them become a winner on this thing, where they did a good job. And then it's after that, everything was haywire. Okay, Hachi not to get protection. And I think the reason why she was mostly complaining, and I think I saw some of this thing from Omid's thing, is the fact that at least she was like, I don't need protection, but at least my son need protection. But they were not having it. Look at this. They even cut it for Harry. Okay? Hoping that will deter Harry to come back. All of those things that we are hearing in the headline, where Harry come back and all of this, that was Charles talking to the media, telling them to say that, in my humble opinion. That was him who was saying that. They wanted him back to leave Meghan alone. I mean, these people, oh my God. All right? And for Meghan, with all the titles that they were talking about, Meghan says the only title I care about is being a mom. And this is something nobody can take away from her now. Okay? Is being a mom. Okay? She didn't want to be alive anymore. That's the suicidal talk. And with all the headache that they were putting her, they don't want to give her security. But now that she's in that position, she knows she need that position. She need that security. It's not like she was whining like a little anything. It's just that it was the fact with all of those things that they were saying on the tabloid. And then knowing what Diana went through, she needed that. I mean, when you think about it, if they were not giving her that being over there, I mean, they didn't have to lose anything to be in that position that they are in. Now I understand why she said with the amount that they lost, she didn't care anymore. Okay? Okay, she did everything she could to get help. And I think it's the same thing with Diana. She went to human resources. You see, that's the firm part here. Human resources, and did all of that. And this is where I was thinking of Diana going to all those women services, women support, where she was listening to other women thing. It was for her own mental health too. She was doing that for her own mental health. I said it in some of my videos. And Meghan asked to get help, and then they didn't give her the help. Okay, they didn't give her the help. And then you're looking at all these other one who's talking about mental health now. I mean, this, not even knowing she was dealing with a mental issue herself. I said, look at them. They were doing things about mental health. Where are they now? Trying to, their own family is looking for help, but they're not giving them the help. I mean, people are seeing them for who they are. Okay, suicidal thought, Diana's BFF. And I guess they went to Diana's best friend to get help and all of this. I forgot how that went. Hopefully tweets that come out that will remind me a little bit more in terms of the quoting, what she said about that. Okay, reminded me of why Diana going to those women's centers. It was for her own mental health. All right, so I touched that already when Meghan was talking suicidal thought and about the Diana thing. Okay, holding hard. I said it. I got each other. They are here for each other. That's about the holding hand. When they are in public, they're holding hand. It's for each other's support, to get each other's, confirming that, yes, you are right. I'm here with you and all of this. Okay, she did not want to be alone. Okay, that's about the suicidal thought again. On that particular event, she told Harry, I don't want to be alone. So that's why they went to the event together. Okay, admittance. Okay, admitting that she needed help. Okay, and she, she didn't think about, feeling bad that I need help and stuff like that. She was like, I need help. So she went to the people and asked for help, but they put her down. Same thing with Diana. Okay, after hearing her truth, why live in fear? Okay, I think I said that after hearing her truth, why live in fear? Knowing what she went through and what she went through over there, why she has to live in fear? She has to live her life. You know, she went through a lot over there. She lost her father, and I was like, wow. And I think I tweeted about this. She lost her father. And I said in one of my video, if I was her, with what her father did, that he would be dead to me. I tweeted that, and that's exactly what happened. According to her, it seems like her father doesn't exist. Okay, and I'm like, did he pass, or we don't know anything about, or something like that? But she didn't say it like this. But she put it so elegantly. She lost her father. That's what it is. I was like, oh my God. And I started asking myself, because I couldn't believe my ear when she said that. And I thought about it myself, in some of my videos, with what the father did. And she was trying to get her father to stop talking to the media and all of that. And I said, if that was me, he would be dead to me. And then hearing it from her, I couldn't believe my ear. And I was like, did he die and I didn't know? He didn't come in the media. They didn't say anything about it. But it's pretty much that. It's like he doesn't exist to her anymore. Okay, and I put New Zealand, Canada, okay, Commonwealth, okay, Commonwealth country, which some of the things that I mentioned, if they were to still be 50-50 with half in, half out, they will have to live in a Commonwealth country where they could still do some of the things that they're doing now. But since they said no, they had to come in the U.S. That's what I got from that. Harry reads the situation and saw the pattern. Okay, what I wrote here is that knowing what his mom went through, and he realized, and this is, I'm telling you, Diana left a blueprint for him in particular. All of the things that we now know, all the things, Diana's own word, where she was doing everything that she needed to do. She went to the Queen and asked for help. She said no, and all of this stuff. Harry knew what his mom went through. So when he started seeing the pattern, he was like, nope, I know why they're doing it. It's because of my wife. He didn't say it like that, but I'm just putting, it's because of my wife. I gotta get them out of here. But yet the media is still blaming Meghan for it. All right, I think Meghan was still trying to dish it out over there, but Harry saw the pattern and said, nope, I gotta get my family out of here. They're gonna get her killed. So that's what happened here. Okay, he read the room, he saw the pattern, he was like, nope, because of lack of support. That's a note that I got here, I wrote here, lack of support. Okay, he didn't get all the support that he needed. All the places within the firm, the dad and everything, he didn't get none of that. And that's the same thing with Princess Diana went through. And he was like, nope, I gotta go. All right, never blindsided the grandmother. All right, he was like, I said that. I was like, no, I think the kind of relationship he has with the Queen, and this is something nobody could ever take away from them. I think the Queen being a grandmother to him, and he respected that, and he told Meghan about his grandmother, the human aspect of the Queen, and Meghan respected that. Okay, and some of the thing that's happening and stuff like that, I'm telling you, the man in gray suit took over the minute the king had passed. Okay, the Queen is not really in full control of things. Okay, so that's that. Okay, Charles stopped taking his phone call. I mean, I said about it, it's because Harry was not doing, like, it's like all of the trap that they put for Harry, where they took his titles, they took all of this. I think this is all Charles' own making. Okay, take titles, take this, take patronages, take all of this, hoping he will leave her. Okay, and he still stay. And I think it's all Charles' own making, until he stopped taking his own phone call. Okay, he stopped giving him security. All right, I think all this is Charles. Okay, taking someone passport, keys, and taking some is like making someone hostage. When they took her passport and all of this, her keys and everything, it felt like being a hostage to me. All right, she couldn't do all of this. So, and it is what it is. And I think in some of the things that I said in my videos, where they did the plan of exit, okay, during the holiday, they was like, this is our plan, let's go to the Commonwealth and we'll tell them half and half out. If they say no, at least we could do step number 2. I mean, they didn't say it like that, but at least some of the things that I said, I think is partially some of the hypothetical talks that I did, and I think half of them are pretty much spot on. Okay, institution, this is how it is. Okay, thought of Harry after his mom passed, needed we needed a room to scream, miss opportunities. Okay, so I said the institution, when they went for help and they told him, no, you can, that's this, and this is how it is. I put that in quote. They said, this is how it is within the institution. So I thought of him as a child, where they forced him to walk behind the mom casket. And I said, nah, he shouldn't be doing that. Instead, he should be in a room and scream and all of this. They prevent him to express some of his feeling. And sometimes you see in some of those videos, you see his face is like puffy, like someone who's been crying. And I think, with some of the things that he's dealing with, he was taking them at heart. And he thought, for someone who grew up in the institution, who pretty much get what he wants, and all of a sudden, when his girlfriend is a darker skin, he was like, what's going on? That's why now all of a sudden, he said to be in her shoes. Okay, that Hutchinson interview, to be in her shoes. Now he could understand, a fraction of what Meghan is going through. Okay, so I get a little bit more all of that. Institution, that's how it is. Miss opportunity, where he talk about for the Commonwealth thing. I mean, some of the squad been talking about this is a huge opportunity to have Meghan here as a huge asset for the Commonwealth, to have someone to represent them and all of that. But no, they rejected it. They want to be the way they are. So now it's up to the Commonwealth to say, okay, now we hear from the horse's mouth pretty much. And you rejected the only person I could look up to and stuff like that, like Barbados, Jamaica, and all of this. I don't know about Canada and stuff like that, even though Canada is pretty much almost like the US kind of thing. It's up to them. Okay? Tabloid article I came across. Okay, like I think the reason I put this is that some of the thing I said on previous videos, how the interview will be going, is that Oprah will ask her, certain headlines. How did she feel? What was in her mind? And pretty much that's exactly what went on. The way that the way Oprah did it. Okay, parties at the palace. Okay, Meghan said there were parties at the palace with the media and all of that. That crossed my mind with the article that I came across with, where they're brushing shoulders to shoulders with Charles and William. You see, Piers Morgan was there, the Daily Fail was there, and all of this. All right. They think this is the way to get a positive coverage, when in fact you have to be yourself. Okay. So they ruined that for themselves. Now they always have to do things to feed the beast, pretty much. All right? Instead of just being themselves. Harry was willing to work with them. It's just that don't come into my private life. And there was no boundary with these people. What is it? Charles then give them a boundary. And then this is what, that pisses Harry off. Okay? The Australian tour, that's what the men in grey suit, that's when the men in grey suit step in. The Australian tour. the squad been talking about it. It's after that everything went haywire and all of this. So because the tour went so successful, the men in gray suit step in and said, no, we wanted them to fail, and that didn't happen. I mean, if the men in gray suit, they're not for the institution. I mean, maybe it is because they want a certain face to represent the institution. But if you look at it in a wider thing, for a firm, it should be for the asset of the firm, but they didn't want that. They only want whiteness, the racist self, to be the only one. So it's on them. I'm gonna see how this play out now after this interview. If the domino is gonna start to collapse, okay. Okay, men in gray suit. Meghan did her job effortlessly. So Harry was saying how Meghan did her job, so she was so good at it that it became a disadvantage for men in gray suit, because Meghan was so good at it. What they wanted her to do, which is to fail, she didn't fail at it. She exceeded expectation. All right, so she did it effortlessly. That's what Harry said. Okay.
And the fact that I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well, is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it. But no, we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that, yeah.
And Meghan.
Princess Diana, I just wrote this. I don't know why. Okay, I will always love him. Okay, relationship with his father is broken. Okay, so I think he will always love his father, but the relationship is broken because of what he pretty much put him through. He's not picking. Harry's calling him, and he's not picking up the phone call. All right, so let's see, because in one of my videos I said at some point I think it's Harry who's gonna put the country back together, but let's see how that plays out. But some of the things that I was seeing on OMH's COVID thing tweets, I don't know. Okay, I will always love him. Okay, Harry tried to educate them. Okay, educate this firm about things that he know. All right, the things that he's learning as he being with Meghan and all of that. They didn't want to hear it. Okay, this is something for the Commonwealth here. All right, he tried to educate the firm about the things that he learned from being with Meghan. Pretty much, they were not having it. Okay, they were not having it. Okay, the love he has for his grandma, I put here. I'm almost done with my note. Okay, they tried their best to stay and help the institution and educate them. Okay, like I said, they try all the things, the know-how or what they feel was best at the time to still help the firm. Because remember, Meghan gave up everything. Okay, she had promised and stop everything for her life, her her job, shut off her TIG, her website and all of this. She shut everything off to help the firm. Okay, they try everything to still help the firm. And they told her no. But from what I hear, is that they told Harry she will have to go back acting. Can you imagine that? This is why they're so pissed that they got the mega deal like this. This is why they are so pissed about it, because what they wanted to happen is not happening. And this is why our prayer is so good. Our prayer is working. The universe is listening. And all those deals that they made is by accident. I mean, you cannot say anything about the universe anymore. Okay, they even said it's by accident, it wasn't planned. Okay, all this, the universe hear the squad who's praying. Okay, this is what I said. You can't, I don't know whether it's God or whatever, but the universe, when you think of creation of things, the universe here. Okay, he put you there. You were born. You were life started on earth. So the universe here, that mystical things about the universe, it hears us. When you think deep, you think positive, and when you in your deep thought things that you want to happen, the universe hear it because he put you there. The universe put you there, so he must listen to you. When you're at your deepest thought, when you need his help, the universe help. The thing you cannot touch, you cannot feel. Sometimes there are things you feel. That's the universe talking to you. Okay? So we need to keep on praying. That prayer needs to be gone for them. Because they didn't even, it by accident. Okay? So I think this part, I think, is the squad prayers that I was trying to, some of the prayers the Sussex squad usually put out. For some reason, it's not popping up on my phone when I try to do the hashtag or to tag them into some of my tweets. I was not getting the thing popping up, and I couldn't remember all of it. And I thought if I start some of the few words and it will pop up, nothing pop up. I was trying to tag them on some of the tweets that I was putting. Okay. All right. The institute versus the firm. All right. So I put the institute versus the firm. And I think I explained it throughout this. Is that the firm is the man in gray suit. All right. And the family is, is two separate entities and stuff like that. And the relationship with her, with them, the Sussexes, with the grandma, it's all good. But with the firm, that's where the problem is. That's where the problem is, and the tabloid. Okay? The firm is feeding negativity to the tabloid, not the family. The family part, I'm taking, I'm going to put question mark here with what I'm saying. The two futures, I think, okay, or what somewhat fitting to the British press, and mostly I think is the father, is Charles. Okay, he is still being an ass, what he did to Diana and what he's doing to Harry. All right, so let's see here. They took over the way the palace run and work after the Queen father died. Again, that's my note I'm reading here, and I think I touched base that previously and also in other videos. Regretting believing and having the security. So that was the only regret Meghan had, that the promise that they gave her, okay, it was false promise. They promised her they will give her security, but in reality they weren't doing that. They lied to her about it. All right, I forgot what Harry said about it. Maybe when I read some of the tweets, I'll know. Okay, happy ending with her prince. She's happy with her prince. Pretty much, this is the life that she wants. She's been with. Okay, do her own thing. Raise her chicken. They have their little thing here and stuff. That's. I would say that's a pretty happy ending. Okay, and Harry follows too and support her. And help support her. Okay, happy ending. Okay, Harry made the decision to save the family. All right, so she said it, and Harry even explained it. It was Harry's decision to do that, to step the family back. But no, they still blaming Meghan. Okay, whatever they want to believe in. The threat was coming from the media. And I think what I wrote here, the threat is coming from the media, is someone in the palace is saying it. Okay? To scare them to stop making all this stuff. Even for Charles, they didn't even, the only thing that Harry said, and I think they could have said much more to spill the tea. The only thing Harry said is that the father's not picking up his phone call. Okay, so I could see it's probably Charles who's saying all the stuff to the tabloid, all of these things. Now, it's for some people, it's pretty much crystal clear that, Diana was probably killed. Okay? What is it? And I think from one of the things that I come across a while back, that guy who said, Harry, come back, the prince need you, this and that need you. That guy, when Diana passed, I heard that he wasn't friends when that happened. Okay, so there's a possibility they probably did wanted to kill Diana. There's a possibility. Okay, and for him to go and document it. Okay, regret believing. Okay, I read that. Harry made the decision. The threat was coming from the media. Okay, I just touched that. What I believe with Prince Charles, the agreement he had made with the tabloid, promise he can deliver. One of the things that I felt like the reason all those negativity about the tabloid and all of this, and I think the promise he had made with the tabloid to give them scoop and things like that. And Harry was like, nope, I'm not having it. You're not gonna talk to the tabloid about me and all of that. So Charles couldn't even say much to the tabloid. And I think and I realized, I don't know if it was in one of my videos, I was like, I don't hear anything from Charles. And let and behold, they were not talking. So Charles left Harry and his family, which is Meghan and Archie, to the wolves. This guy have a heart of a stone. My goodness. I don't know which video I said it, or if it was something I was thinking but never said it. Because sometimes I realize things that I said in videos and I thought I had said and never, I didn't hear it when I'm editing it. And I'm thinking now, did I say it in some of the videos, or was it just me thinking that Charles, we didn't hear from Charles throughout all of those tabloid and all of this. All right. So yeah, he pretty much left them to the wolves and do as you please. And he cut their security. Okay, I think that was Charles' own making. Tell the firm, cut their security. Okay? My goodness, this guy. I mean, we're gonna have to pray. And I hope this is the end. After the, what is it? After the queen dies, I hope this is the end. That's it. Because this guy is ridiculous. Alright? And I think some of I don't know why I feel that for William. There's a possibility some of the things that Harry said where maybe was it William might be in the same position as there was one interview. Okay, I know I stopped that thought process, but there was one interview that I believe Harry and William was doing when they were maybe in the early 20s or something like that, where both of them said, nah. Harry was like, nope, I don't even want that position, even though he's not next in line, but he was like, nope, I don't want it. And I think William at that same interview said he didn't want that position, but it's something that was put it on him. So I have a feeling, I don't know why, but I'm not 100% with that, where I think Harry said something where William is somewhat in a cage kind of thing, okay, hypothetical speaking kind of thing. My own word here, I'm paraphrasing it. Okay, it doesn't, okay, Harry doesn't want the cooperate with the British press. That's where the problem were between him and Charles. Okay, so yeah, that was my last thing I wrote here, where Harry did not want to be buddy with the press, and I think that's where the problem between Harry and Charles. And I think Charles wanted Harry to be all friendly with the press, like, you know, where there's no line or anything like that. Harry was like, nope, I'm not having it. There have to be a boundary. And I think that's where the problem between Harry and Charles came along. And I think that's all I wrote. And then I'm going to go on Twitter and see what some of the people are saying. Maybe more thought will come. So that was my note during while I was watching the interview. So that's it. And it's 49 minutes. So that's going to be a video within itself. And then the next videos that I'm going to have, I think I'm going to go back. Because before the interview, I had some tweets that I wanted to share, but I just didn't feel like editing and stuff like that. It was too much. I wanted to be prepared for the interview. I didn't want to fall asleep. Because lately, every time I touch the remote, I fall asleep. So I'm going to do it backward. This video that I'm talking here is going to be first. The second video is going to be some of the tweets some of the people were talking during the interview. And then the next video, I don't know how many it might be, is what I sort of recorded, liked on Twitter before the interview. All right, it may be useless now, but if I have time, I'll do. I don't know how many videos I'm going to have of tweet during the interview, because there were a lot of people tweeting. All right. So that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share.